Hello, this is MemeAnalysis, and today I wanted to talk about collective traumas, about memes and how these memes are reflections of collective trauma. Now, of course, everybody tends to have personal traumas, things brought on by their own parents, their own schooling, their own relationships. But what really fascinates me, and really what the subject of this channel has been, are collective traumas, which is to say, a trauma that I have, that you have, that pretty much everybody you're going to talk to has. Things that we can relate over, and specifically things that we can all make memes about and have a laugh at. That is how to discern the collective nature of a trauma. You know, there are personal traumas that are shared. Oftentimes friend groups and romantic relationships form around these collective traumas, these personal traumas. They become minorly collective, collective to a friend group, collective to a family, of course. But what really is fascinating is when they are transcending those familial, those national bounds, when they become truly collective, an international trauma. The internet in some ways creates a new class. A class of people who use the internet. Every given website, every given social media platform has its own characteristics and produces people who are going to have shared jokes, of course. That's how we get the memes. And more importantly, shared traumas, shared problems. Something that you see talked about a good amount, at least on TikTok, is, when I was young, I saw videos of people getting beheaded, of, torture, of gore. This is a universal experience today. Young people online are exposed to horrific things. And I've talked about it before, the traumas don't hit. The video game cutscene that you cry at and the beheading that you laugh at. But make no mistake, it does affect the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is impacted. And we experience these things. We experience them together, more importantly. And the way that we react collectively is very significant. And memes are the great insight into this, I think. One can't talk seriously about something and not get memed at online. You want to talk about a problem, people are going to laugh at you. It's the way that it is. So through MemeAnalysis, the practice, not the YouTube channel, but hopefully the YouTube channel as well, but the method of MemeAnalysis, we can actually gain insight into the nature of the psychological damage that the internet has done, the things that have happened to us. I say us for a chance, You have to be an I, of course, but the us does matter, especially in this case, collective traumas. In the past, there were wars and famines and plagues, things that would affect generations. Today, we have the internet. We have the things that happened online. We have the grooming, which I've written a video about that I'll put out soon. The grooming, the gore, the bizarre radicalization of ideologies, the alienation, the distancing of people from other humans through this bizarre technology. It's all very potent. And I hope that there will be in the future more people who recognize that memes matter. And that through reading the memes, as one reads a dream, as one reads art, that we can begin to gain insight into what our collective unconscious is doing, what the collective psyche of the generation is doing. I picked up a very fascinating book called Cosmos and Psyche by Richard Tarnas, and a lot of it is in its generational astrology rather than personal astrology. So it's a look at the big planets, which is like Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. And he views these as the real movers of, social change, of collective change. So I think a little bit of mimetic generational astrology is in place. I'm not a good enough astrologer to do that yet, but anybody who is read in it, I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to talk about what impact do you see, something like Pluto in Capricorn or Pluto and Sagittarius having over the generations, and not this, silly, oh, it's a wounding of the personal feelings about blah blah blah. I don't care about that. I want to know materially what was going on here. We don't need to get into the philosophy of astrology, but merely what do these defined periods in time mean? What can we learn about ourselves from them and from understanding them? Well, this video might be a little bit shorter than usual, but I was in this very nice park and I saw this really cool looking art walking backwards. I thought it was very nice. And so I thought I would do a video here and talk a little bit about something that had come to me at my event. I'll keep going a little bit. I was thinking about why is it something that interests me so much? And of course, it's because my personal traumas, in some ways, mirror and reflect collective traumas. It fascinates me in that way. And that is why my voice is a bit different. I'm not speaking necessarily from the position of experiencing these collective traumas, but the insight that I've gained through personal trauma has allowed me to speak about them or understand them in some ways. And so it got me thinking, just like, well, there's definitely a lot of other collective traumas that don't mirror me directly. I'm a very immature thinker. I'm a young boy. I'm a young Tom Thumb. We're still in the midst of learning things. So, this is unlikely because most of you are on the channel because I've spoken to your trauma. But I'm sure that there are some people who are just interested in the subject matter. What collective digital traumas or non-digital traumas have you experienced that you think would be worth exploring through this kind of Jungian occult lens? It's a method that can be applied to all sorts of things, not just the internet, and especially not just the internet experience of young men. There's a lot more to this world, to life, and to pain and suffering, which is what brings us all together. It's love. So, as always, remember, memes matter. Just to give the tail end of the video, you might not know, but we released Symbol, the Gift of Thoth, a new deck of cards on MemeIntelligenceAgency.com. So pick one up. And if you're interested in getting a tarot card reading from me, just DM me at MemeAnalysis and we'll be in touch. All right, everybody, memes matter.